welcome back to part 3 of my personal style series. In today's video we're going to dive deep into the world of color palettes and take a look at how you can build a wardrobe that you will love and wear for many years. Picking a color palette for your wardrobe can quickly become complicated, so today I'm going to start with the very basics and then build on from there as I go along. In part 1 we will start by looking at how you can put together a basic color palette based on the colors that you already like. Working with a few neutrals as a base, I'm going to show you how you can easily build a color palette that is very easy to mix and match. In part 2, we will talk about how to add patterns and prints in your favorite colors while still keeping your wardrobe versatile. And then in part 3, we will take a look at warm and cool colors and see which ones may be better suited to you depending on your skin undertone. Let's get started. So in this style series, I always like to start by looking at what you already like, because it's going to ensure that you end up with a wardrobe that you actually love and want to wear, and that's always the goal here. So to start, you're going to want to go to your closet and take a look at all the items that you have hanging there. Pay attention especially to your favorite items and take notice of what colors you like. See if there's any dominant colors that are standing out that you're choosing over and over again whenever you're going shopping. And you're also going to want to take a look at any images that you saved from Pinterest or Instagram that really feel like your style, and just notice what colors you have pinned, and hopefully that will show you what colors you like already and what colors you maybe want to experiment with just to see if they're your style. Write down your observations in your style notebook, or you can even just draw with like colored pencils or crayons the colors that you're drawn to, because then you'll visually be able to see what you like. If you haven't done this already, take note of what colors you don't like to wear. Pay attention to items that you don't reach for all the time and just notice what colors they are, because that will make sure that you don't buy those items again. So to build a versatile wardrobe, it's a good idea to start with a base of neutral colors and then add on some statement colors that can work together in harmony. Here I'm going to show you guys a few different neutral bases that you can consider starting with. The first is the classic white, black, and gray. These colors are very easy to build outfits with because they all go together. So then you can go further and add on a few more colors, like maybe denim blue, camel, or a beige. And then you can expand this palette further and add on some dusty pink or some cool greener tones, and I think these colors go together really well. This is actually the color palette that I have in my wardrobe. I really love to have like a neutral cool base to start with, and then in the summer I add more of the pink colors to my wardrobe, and then in the winter I add more of the green colors, and I think it goes together really nicely. So here I also put together like a mock capsule wardrobe that you can take a look at. You can see I have all the colors of that color palette represented. And then for shoes and purses, I usually just do black and brown because I feel like those will go really well with a lot of colors, because it's just an accessory and it's just like a little pop of color. But if you don't like to wear black and gray, next I'm going to show you a warmer color palette that you could try. So this one is made up of a lot of warm neutrals, so your base is like a dark brown, a beige, and a white. And then you can add on denim blue, a lighter beige, and then I think like a warm green and rusty red. Orange looks really good here. And then I can expand this color palette even further, and I think colors like olive green and a mustard yellow will look really good, and even like an orange. I also added a little bit of black to this color palette because I think a black shoe or a black purse will always go good with any colors. So here I also made a little mini capsule wardrobe to show you guys an example of this palette. And I think these colors will work really well together because they're all like a warm neutral. They're not going to clash too much. So I have one more color palette to show you guys, especially for those who don't like to wear black. The base of this palette is going to be a navy blue, gray, and white. So next here I'm adding some khaki and a light blue for some jeans. And then I think some magenta and lavender works really well too. And then expanding this palette further, I think a cool green color goes really well, and even a mustard yellow. And then of course I snuck in a little bit of that black and brown in here just for accessories. So to build a wardrobe with a color palette like this, you're going to want to make sure that you have enough tops, bottoms, and outerwear in those base neutral colors first, because then it's going to ensure that any statement colors will be really easy to mix and match with all of your base colors. If you want to learn more about color palettes or just want to dive deeper into the subject, you can search for that on Pinterest. There's a lot of different color palettes there that you can look through. And I also recommend my favorite style book called The Curated Closet. There's a whole chapter in there about color palettes, so you could take a look in there also for inspiration. I'm gonna link it down below in the description box if you want to check it out. So after you have put together a loose color palette, you can take a look at prints and patterns next. First, again, go look in your wardrobe and see if there's any prints that you're drawn to, that you have a lot in your closet. Some common ones are stripes, polka dots, or florals. And again, take a look at any images that you saved on Pinterest just to see if there's any other prints that you're drawn to that you may want to try later. So again, just like in the color palette, it's a good idea to start with solid colors and then slowly add in prints and patterns so that you can make a really fun and versatile wardrobe. So next I want to show you guys some prints that you can consider. There's animal print, snake print, floral, stripes, polka dots, gingham, or just an abstract print. So whatever prints you do decide on, they should be part of your color palette. So if you pick stripes and you have pink in your color palette, you can do a pink striped top. I think you guys get the idea. You just want to make sure that your prints are going to be still easy to mix and match with the rest of your wardrobe. The last thing that you want to consider with your prints is if you like it to be a more mini size or a large print. I've heard people say that if you're petite that you should choose a mini print, and if you're average to tall that a larger print would work well, but you just do whatever is right for you. So in this last part we're going to talk about how you can tell if you have warm, cool, or neutral skin undertone and what that means for your wardrobe. The idea here is that depending on your skin undertone, you're gonna look a little bit better in warmer or cooler colors. People say that if you're wearing the right color, it makes your complexion clearer and your eyes and teeth brighter. So undertone here doesn't mean your skin color, it means the tone that's running underneath your skin. And there's a few ways that you can figure this out. So one way is to take a look at the veins on your wrist. And if they look more green, it means that you have a warmer undertone, and if they look blue, you have a cool undertone. If you have a mix of both green and blue veins, it means that you're possibly neutral, which means that you can easily wear different colors and they're not going to clash too much with your skin. There's a lot more to learn about this, so if you want, I'm going to link a few videos down below that were helpful for me, and you can take a look at them. So if your skin has a warm undertone, then you're going to look better in colors like orange, yellow, olive green, and reds and browns. And if your undertone is cool, you can look better in cooler colors like purple, blue, and sea green. And if you're neutral, again, you can wear all the colors. So my personal opinion here is that this is really just a guide. It's not like a hard rule. The main thing that should guide you here is what colors you're drawn to and what you already like wearing, regardless of where they are on the color wheel. So if you want to implement this color theory to your wardrobe, figure out your skin undertone, and then you can play around with warm and cool colors and see which ones seem to suit you best. But if you find a color that you love, but something always seems off about it, I want to show you guys how you can train your eye to see a warmer or cooler version of that color so that you can pick one that suits you best. So here I have 3 blue colors, and from first glance they kind of just all look blue. Maybe you can't really tell what direction they're leaning towards, but if I expand on their lighter and darker versions, you can kind of already start to see that the left side has a more greenish tint to it and the right side seems to be a little bit more purplish. And especially when I put the colors next to each other like this, you can really start to see which way they're leaning. So the greener side is the warm colors, and the purple side are the more cooler colors here. If I expand this palette even further, it's becoming really obvious that the left side is becoming more of a teal color, and the right side is heading into indigo violet color. And in this example, you can see that the colors on the left are more of that warmer greenish blue, and the colors on the right are more of a cool blue with a little bit more of that purple tint to it. So this is just one way that you can train your eye to see cooler and warmer colors so that you can pick one that suits you best. So the last thing that I want to talk about here is the color black. I had quite a few of you comment and say that black always makes you feel washed out, and if I have any alternatives to black that I can share with you guys. So one thing you can try is a slightly lighter shade, things like washed black, charcoal, or heathered black. I think you can take that harsh edge off that black gives to an outfit. Another thing you can try is to see if you like navy instead, because navy is very deep and saturated, so it's almost like a black. But since it still has a little bit of color, it can again take that harsh edge off of black. And the last thing you can consider is just to try not to wear black too close to your face. You can try just to wear black bottoms with a different colored shirt. Or if you are wearing all black, try to wear something with a V-neck or a scoop neck just so that you can expose some of your chest. And so that the black color is not just really close up to your face. I feel like I could talk a lot more about this. Let me know in the comments if you guys want me to expand a little bit more on this topic, and I can make some more videos about this. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.